Okay, I think it might help people out if we didn't make our foods so exotic. Like, if you're making soup or something like that. My mom recently made some beef broth and rice and put through like some chicken or something else in there like that, or just threw a couple things in the food. Of course, I wouldn't use chicken or beef, so mine would be more difficult. I'd be using some kind of herb probably in the water and making some vegetable soup of some kind or something like that. But when we make exotic foods, um, like extreme recipes that require all this stuff, it's not easy to get. All this, like the baking soda and the sugar and all this, the flour, all this stuff, the flour has to be beaten with, the chaff is beaten out of the flour. Like with oats, apparently you do the same thing with oats. But yeah, you have to be careful how exotic you get with your food, because like I've noticed something. I just noticed it up until absolute absurdity with some of the rich people. And like when you go to restaurants, it's like that too, where it's super complex. You don't really want to get anything super complex if you can just do the basics. I just had a cup of hot cocoa myself because it's just chocolate and milk is what it is. But I like to do things simply, not just because I have to, but because it makes more sense to be simple, because you don't have to buy as many groceries. I cannot tell you the difference it makes in carrying the groceries out of the store to buy less and to buy less exotic foods. Some of these exotic foods really ought to be just for the rich people, because they require that much work or that much gathering them from like the ends of the earth. And we do things, I like to do things locally more so, where they only have so many ingredients and then that stops. It doesn't have tremendous variety. But yeah, I was thinking if you're going to make soup or something like that, do it with something, try to do it with less. Be like, okay, I can put a beef and some rice and some chicken and some carrots and some potatoes or something like that, and then stop and don't go all out. They're teaching us to go all out, where we want to make everything a Chinese buffet just for one meal, and it's doing two different things to us. It's making us extremely tired from all the excess that we're doing, and it's making us extremely fat from the fact we eat too much, because it tastes good, I guess, when there's a lot of variety to it. And the women have to cook it too, so there's all that work involved. But anyway, I think it's better to go easier on the food. That is a major component of life. It's food, shelter, and clothing. Food is on there. Food is on the list, clearly. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what I think about the food that we eat.